our shelter is not this industrial product, but really is of living things and continues to be a living thing. It continues to eat, consume energy. It continues to drink water. It continues to poop and pee. It turns out refuse. So it just really made us think on a deeper level about how our shelter is interconnected with our environment.
Buildings use 40% of all energy in the United States, and the United States consumes way more energy per capita than most countries.
We wanted to make sure that those ideas that the house is this living, breathing organism became a part of the finishes too. And we're like, let's put this in the tile, let's put this in the fabric. What kind of furniture can we make to express this idea?
What happens when a builder and an artist-scientist set out to change the way we make houses by gathering together a collaborative group of artisans to build themselves a low carbon footprint home? Carbonshack.
Over here in this corner, we're going to do built-in seating. The back is the part that's exposed, and then you could cut that, we could give it to the carver, and then he could site build the base. And it's like you're at 13 inches off the ground, so it's low.
It's a low riding,
yeah, right.
It's a lounge.
Yeah. We have one more spot. I think that bench that we're going to do in the living room, if we can come up with a design inspiration, then I can try to incorporate that.
Doesn't this look a little Moroccan or Arabesque?
This is chloroplast, right?
Yes. The chloroplast is an organelle, tiny part inside a single plant cell.
Chloroplasts are taking carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and putting them into things like trees and leaves and food and housing structures eventually.
Yeah. Chloroplasts feed all life on Earth. They're the only organelle that we know that has ever evolved that sucks carbon out of the atmosphere and transforms it into biomass. It's like pure magic, it's beautiful.
Sí, ahorita estoy haciendo unos paneles para un mueble que van a ser un sillón y estos paneles van en la parte del respaldo, arriba del respaldo. El fondeo, ¿verdad? Le vacío para que resalte toda la talla. Como aquí le tengo que vaciar todos estos espacios para que resalten todas las borlitas estas.
What kind of stuff do you usually do here?
Kitchen cabinets and bathroom cabinets and also sometimes furniture, but not that much. We used to build dining sets, couches, china cabinets.
So what used to be handmade is
Handmade,
now all
yes.
completely factory made?
Yeah.
Did you want to try to sequence these?
Yeah. Put this here.
Photosynthesis in chloroplasts started in cyanobacteria. They were the first bacteria to harvest sunlight and turn it into energy, which is really miraculous that evolved. And they also produced a byproduct, which was oxygen. And that oxygen, which we breathe every day and life is supported by it, was extremely toxic to almost everything that existed back then. It did kill a lot of life. It actually ended up killing the cyanobacteria that were producing the oxygen, ironically. But also, it made way for new life, and it paved the way for the diverse plants and animals and fungi that we find today.
We wanted to make the carbon cycle visible, something that we don't usually think about. We wanted to bring it into the house as a visual motif. You know, carbon is the source of wood, right?
This bench is a history, a kind of evolutionary path of plants. Chloroplast evolved 2 billion years ago. This is where it all started. This is a carving of algae. All of these are moss cells. They are extremely simple structurally. This is the vascular system of a fern.
The evolution of the vascular tissue really allowed the plant to be harvesting sunlight all the way up there and
drawing water from way down on the earth level, hundreds of feet away. The last two panels are early diverging trees we call gymnosperms.
Chloroplasts created this world which we live in, which is plants and oxygen. Chloroplasts are this amazing engine of the natural world.
Man, those are beautiful.
Yeah,
Nice work.
yeah.
When they came to me and were discussing this inspiration of diatoms as a point of departure, I was completely on board. It's already something I've been very inspired by. Diatoms are these microscopic organisms, and they're just smaller than the grains of sand.
Diatoms are so important in our ecosystem. I didn't know that diatoms create 20% of the oxygen on the planet.
You can't see these with the naked eye. They're invisible, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty detail, they're incredibly complex and gorgeous. These are made of 3D printed nylon. James did the design work in computer program, and then they're 3D printed and assembled. We've done them in this white nylon because it has a translucent quality that feels like shell or bone.
Speaking geologically, our species is super young. So we've evolved and we've existed in a very narrow climate. And if we deviate from that, we won't be able to handle that. With climate change, the planet's going to be fine. Other organisms will evolve and species will exist and be living in a different climate. It's just if we want to be a part of it. You can't really talk about climate change without talking about plants. Plants play a super important role in trying to mitigate atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, and they need it for photosynthesis. It's an opportunity when you study plants to both reflect on what's been going on over the past 100 years, but also learn, can we use biomass in sophisticated ways? Can we see how plants are converting solar energy into a sugar? How can we engineer our own systems better that reflect natural systems?
So what we're trying to do in our green architecture is bring back architectural ornament, the hand of the craftsman.
I was hoping that the designs would resonate with this idea of just becoming aware of the ecosystem around us.
Mycelium is basically nature's recyclers.
Bueno, la experiencia fue que como me dijeron que iba a ser madera reciclada, como que no estaba yo muy seguro, ¿verdad?, de que sí iba a ser un buen trabajo.